During a lunch hour break, Michael sat on a bench next to his job's office block, looking lost in thought. He was neatly dressed in official clothing like most other people who work in the city. It was nothing out of the ordinary. But inside him was a whole different story. There was a raging storm that made him feel totally lost. Yes, he had a job and lived in the city, something he had been constantly reminded to be grateful for whenever he shared his life's frustrations.
At least you have a job, a roof over your head, and warm food on your table. Some people are starving and homeless out there. You should be grateful and stop complaining about life.
Perhaps out of guilt, Michael felt that they were right, and on some days it helped heal the misery he felt. But on other days it did not work. Like today, he felt miserable and lost. Just a few minutes ago, he had been on his phone trying to entertain himself. As he mindlessly scrolled social media, he came across a post from a friend who had graduated alongside him from college. The guy had just bought himself a luxurious and stylish new car. It looked so good, and the happiness on his friend's face shone brighter than the sun. To show support, Michael had dropped a like emoji and commented how happy he was for him. However, it was far from his true feelings. Michael knew that he ought to be happy for his friend's achievement. But why did he feel the way he felt? Why did it make him feel like a failure in life? When fresh out of college, he had felt excited anytime he saw one of his mates get a blessing of some sort. He thought it was only right to clap for others. That way, the universe would be kind to him and grant him a turn where they would also clap for him. But 8 years had gone by, and still nothing for him. At least not what he truly wanted. His current job paid him just enough to get by. There was not much left to buy or invest in something significant. This cannot be my life. Surely, there must be more to life, he sadly thought to himself. Unbeknown to him, someone above had been observing him for about 30 minutes.
Michael
Was startled and looked up only to see an elderly and polished man standing in front of him. It was the CEO and owner of the company where he worked. Lost in thought, Michael had not noticed his approach. He quickly stood up to greet him, but the man beckoned him not to bother and quietly sat next to him.
I've been observing you from my office window since you sat here, and you seem deeply disturbed. What is the problem?
Michael hesitated. For goodness sake, it was his boss. How could he share his personal information with him? Besides, confessing his frustration about his financial situation may end up with him being fired, leaving him much worse than he was. But the man firmly and caringly reassured him to share what was bothering him. Convinced, Michael opened up. His boss quietly and attentively listened. After Michael was done, he said calmly,
I've observed you for a long time, and I know you are an honest and hardworking man. You are also very brilliant, that's why we hired you here. But you remind me so much of my younger self. After watching how you work and also interact with your colleagues, I can tell you do not know life's cheat codes. That's why you are so frustrated.
How? What do you mean? Michael asked.
You see, Michael, life is like a game of chess. You should never share your plans or ideas with anyone unless it is necessary. Only speak up when it favors you or to say checkmate. If you tell others the tactics you intend to use, you may get demotivated, or some people may try to block or outsmart you either psychologically, spiritually, or physically. People cannot sabotage what they do not know. Also, it is important to always keep improving your skills. The world is a very competitive place and easily replaces you when it finds better. To avoid that, take at least an hour every day to improve your skills and learn something new. When you focus on perfecting your purpose, you become invaluable. While at it, you should keep in mind that time and chance happen to us all. But you need to be adequately prepared for when your turn comes around. If the universe offers you a turn and finds you unprepared, it unapologetically moves on to someone else. Usually, it takes quite a while for it to offer you another turn. As you aim to be your best, always remember that comparison is the thief of joy and purpose. People are not made to be robots. We are born for different purposes. So every second you spend comparing your life to someone else is a second you spend wasting yours. Last but not least, stop chasing happiness. You will never find it because it is always inside you. Learn to find joy in the little things around you. Don't overthink it. Just enjoy. Made your coffee perfectly? Enjoy it. Accomplished a goal? Pat yourself on the back. The little, tiny things that give you joy every day sum up to a happy life.
The words still rang in his ears. Even though he had long left the company and started his own, the words remained a treasure.
Sir, the board members are waiting for you.
Grace, his personal assistant, called out, startling him out of his thoughts. Okay, I'll be right there. Michael answered while quickly getting up to go spearhead the meeting.